Late night in Vancouver as the Flames beat the Canucks 2-1 in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoff series, but that did not stop Jack FM's Eric Francis from getting up early this morning to do his radio show. Eric, of course, also works for Sportsnet. He's joining us from the Rogers Radio studios in Vancouver, breaking down last night's huge win. And Eric, you were at the hockey game, and did you feel the wind come out of the sails of the entire city of Vancouver last night with about 30 seconds to go?
Oh, yeah. You can imagine how quiet it was there at Rogers Arena with about 30 seconds to go after a game that was largely dominated by the Canucks, but yet the Flames pull a Flames. You know, the 25th time this year they came from behind to win the game, and yeah, people in Vancouver didn't see it coming, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and I know Vancouver has a pretty good record when they hold the lead heading into the third, so it must have been kind of a sour taste in the players' mouths as they went into the dressing room after the game. Yeah,
I mean, again, Vancouver is, it's kind of an interesting situation here in Vancouver. The fans are, you know, obviously they're well behind their team. You don't see the jerseys here in this city like you do in Calgary, but, you know, it's an older team in Vancouver, and the belief was that the veterans would take over and kind of dominate the younger Calgary Flames team. But anyone who watched the game last night saw that the youngsters got more and more comfortable as the game went on. When they got that goal by Jones, it kind of got them right back in the game. And then in the third period, the Flames pulled their third period magic like they have all year. It was in Calgary, I know there were a lot of horns honking on the Red Mile, people going crazy. It was the exact opposite here in Vancouver.
I bet.
And when the game was over, the streets were pretty quiet.
You talked about youngsters on this Calgary Flames hockey team. Sam Bennett gets into the lineup last night and has one heck of a hockey game.
I would argue that he was the best Flames forward on the ice all night long. He's 18 years of age. It's his first ever NHL playoff game, just his second NHL game. And he was just, he did it all. He was hitting guys. He created many scoring chances. He looked pretty poised. There's a reason why for a long time last year he was rated the top prospect in the world, the top draft-eligible prospect. He went 4th overall in the draft. There's a reason why people are excited about him. Win or lose last night, the great news coming out of the game would have been that Sam Bennett obviously belongs and is not coming out of the lineup anytime soon. He is there for the duration of this playoff run and probably for the next 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? No kidding. And let's hope that Jonas Hiller has another game in Game 2 and as far as the Calgary Flames go, because he made some big saves last night.
Jonas Hiller was great. You know, I never worried about Jonas Hiller. I think he's been fantastic when called upon all year long. And Bob Hartley's got that great knack for deciding which goalie to start. Obviously, Hiller was the guy he was going to start this time. He was incredible. So much jubilation in that dressing room. He felt very relieved. He's got a very good playoff record over the course of his career. But just going back to Jones, I just want to tell the anecdote very briefly because he's from Vancouver.
Yeah.
So he had bought 11 tickets last night for family members to be at the game. However, only 9 showed up because his sister gave birth to her, the first little girl, yesterday. And the goal that he scored to get the Flames back in the game, that puck that he used to score it, that's going to little McKenna as a reminder of the day she was born. And it cost his brother-in-law a chance to go to the game. So he wasn't real thrilled about that, but I think he had other things on his plate that he was happy about.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay, that's Game 1. How about Game 2? What are you expecting tomorrow night?
Well, I think more of the same with the Vancouver Canucks coming out with that early storm, you know, riding the wave of the crowd. They've got those white towels going. Everybody's hyped up. It's a veteran team that will try to take it to the Flames early. If the Flames can weather the storm again, then, of course, if they're in the third period and they're within a goal, they obviously have a chance to win the game. So Sam Bennett played maybe more of a prominent role, maybe, you know, first-line power play minutes. He played second line last night on the power play. The youngsters proved that they belong. Michael Furlan was also arguably one of the best players on the ice last night, too. So I would expect to see more prominent roles from the youngsters. And keep your eye on Sean Monahan. I've been writing about this the last couple of days.
Yeah.
He is hurt. It was very, very obvious last night that he is hurt. And,
I didn't see him win a face-off last night. And he had large shoulder pads on, too, right? Like bigger than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good stuff.
He was good.
All right, thank you, Eric. That's Eric Francis from Jack FM's morning show, also for Sportsnet. Good stuff. It'll be another intense one tomorrow night. Game 2 in Vancouver. Another late start starts at 8 o'clock. It's